Hello, this is Michael O'Brien and welcome to another video in our series on foreclosures in Oregon. If you are an Oregon homeowner concerned with staying current on your mortgage, then this series is for you. Now this video is about Oregon foreclosure basics, so let's get right to it. So what is this thing called foreclosure? Well, foreclosure is a legal process that allows a lender to claim ownership of real property when a borrower falls behind on payments. And then the lender forces the sale of that property to recover money. Let's break that down a bit more. Foreclosure transfers ownership of real property, meaning land or homes attached to land. And for the purposes of this video, we're concerned with homes that you live in as your residence. If you're buying a home on a land sale contract, which is pretty rare, that can be a significantly different process not addressed in this video. Why does foreclosure start? Well, it all starts when a borrower falls significantly behind on their obligations to the lender. Generally, when a homeowner falls 4 months behind, a lender will start the foreclosure process. Despite what some people think, the lender does not want your home. They're not going to live in it, they're not going to rent it out. What the lender wants is money. If you cannot afford to pay your home, the foreclosure will allow the lender to take the home away. Once the lender owns your home, they'll hire a realtor, list it for sale, sell the property, and apply the money to your loan. If the property sells for more than what the lender is owed, you probably won't get any of that money back. Now, foreclosure is initiated by a lender, typically the lender that loaned you money to buy the home in the first place, but not always. Just because you've never heard of the company trying to foreclose your home does not mean that they lack the legal authority to foreclose. Most, but not all, lenders are required to obtain a certificate from Oregon's foreclosure avoidance program before they can even start a foreclosure. And we did a video describing this program. We'll add a link if you need to review it. In the foreclosure process, there will be a lawyer on the other side representing the lender or the lender's agent. And the lender must follow very specific rules that are governed by Oregon state law. So anything you've read on the internet regarding foreclosures that is not specific to Oregon is simply not relevant here. Failure to follow these rules can cause the entire foreclosure to be reversed. In fact, back in 2009 and 2010, there were quite a few foreclosures where the lender did not properly follow Oregon law. And my office represented several people who were able to restore ownership of their property even years after an improper foreclosure. Okay, how long does a foreclosure take? Which is a great question, one that many people have asked over the years. The answer varies so widely that it's hard to give an exact answer, but we'll do our best. First off, there are two different types of foreclosures in Oregon: a judicial or court-supervised foreclosure and a non-judicial or out-of-court foreclosure. We've done videos comparing the two types and separate videos on each specific type. We'll add links at the end of this one. For a non-judicial or out-of-court foreclosure, Oregon law requires a minimum of 4 months notice of a foreclosure sale. That's not a lot of time, but again, you've missed four mortgage payments, then likely went through the Oregon foreclosure avoidance program before that notice of foreclosure would issue. So by the time a non-judicial foreclosure sale completes, a borrower is often a year or more behind on payments. For a judicial court-supervised foreclosure, it usually takes even longer, as the court process itself might take 9 months to a year. So by the time a judicial foreclosure completes, a borrower is often 15 to 18 months behind on mortgage payments. Now, most people want to slow down or ultimately stop the foreclosure process and often hire an attorney to explore their options. We call these types of cases foreclosure defense cases. And the sooner you start your foreclosure defense case, the more options available to you. We have many clients who've started working with us even before they've missed that fourth mortgage payment. I've had foreclosure defense clients we've worked with for a few years even while they remain in their home. And with the value of property in Oregon trending upwards, sometimes delay solves the problem. Delay gives people time to get back to work, to eliminate other debt, or to sell their home on their own, which allows you to pocket any equity, not the lender. Okay, what's the worst case scenario? Well, obviously losing your home in the foreclosure is the worst, but losing control over the timing on that process can be pretty bad too. I've represented many clients who knew ultimately they couldn't afford the home, but they wanted to control the timing. So the earlier they start in that process, the better. And best case scenario? Well, saving the home, of course, which requires getting the loan back on track. Sometimes that requires a lump sum payment, sometimes it's a loan modification. Sometimes we get hired because the parties don't agree on the accounting of the mortgage default. Once the borrower and the lender agree on how much is owed, then the homeowner typically can pay that money back or get a loan mod to solve the problem. All right, there you have it. That's it. Oregon Foreclosure Basics. You made it through the video. If you call the number we have below, my staff will schedule a time for you and I to talk about your unique specific situation so I can help you solve some problems. Thanks. Good luck.